Welcome. TBW Clips. I am Tyson. Today, people are still kind of paying for the fraud that happened during COVID. Let's take a look at this Democrat who uh, bit off a little bit more than she could chew. Let's take a look at this clip.
At least for former Atlanta City Attorney and Democrat Shalitha Robertson. Now, she was just sentenced to 7 years behind bars after being found guilty for pandemic loan fraud over $15 million worth. Robertson gave out this advice in 2023.
$15 million in fraud, and she got 7 years. I would think that would come with a little bit more than 7 years. I think she got off easy here. And they usually give you what, about half, so she'll end up doing what, about 3.5 years? Let's keep going.
Goes back to what I've always told you. Don't ever chase the money. The money will come. Chase the universe, not the bag. That's it. Chase your passion, baby. Chase your dream. The money will come.
Yeah, the money will come courtesy of the American taxpayers. Because safe to say, she didn't practice what she preached. In April and May of 2020,
many people don't follow their own advice, especially those who are in leadership. So you have to be careful. You have to watch your leaders. You know, if you're telling me to do something, then I'm expecting you to do that or to have that same type of thinking. She's telling people don't chase it, but then she chased the money, lied about it, said the money will come. Let's keep going.
Robertson chose to follow the money and fraudulently applied for millions of dollars in government loans for 4 businesses that she owned. And then she hooked herself up with luxury items that came with a very steep price tag, such as a swanky Rolls Royce, a 10-carat diamond ring. And Georgia filings show that she donated $1,000 to Trump prosecutor Fani Willis's Democratic primary election campaign.
That's not that much
That
money.
donation went through around the same time that Robertson received her massive payouts from the Paycheck Protection Program. Parents, you can't make this up.
No, I mean, when you hear about all the candy that she was raking in, she was rolling like J-Lo before Ben Affleck. Is there a fiduciary responsibility of Fani Willis as a district attorney to pay attention to, as then a candidate who's donating to her campaign? Like, when you get a certain amount, are you responsible for looking and seeing where that money came from? And if you are, in something like this hoax, are you also responsible for going after that person? I mean, I have questions for Fani Willis now. Robertson basically answered them all. She chased the money and she was trying to make...
Now now you can put a lot on Fani Willis. It's actually pronounced Fani. I was saying Fanny before, and a lot of people do say Fanny, but it's Fani, right? I don't think you can get on Fani for this. You know, where did this money come from? We need to check exactly where every dollar is coming from these donors. And if they're coming illegally, we need to go after them. That doesn't make any sense. I wouldn't fault Fani for this action right here. And it was only $1,000 that was donated to her after she got $15 million. She only donated $1,000. So if she would have donated maybe $500,000, $750,000, then maybe that would be, maybe we could talk, man. But it's only $1,000. Really? We need to look into that? I think this is a bit of a stretch, but they need to be get more on the female Democrat, I forgot her name, who got the funds. That's who they should be talking about, not Fani here, right? No.
Sure that the pot was big, so she was trying to tell everybody else don't chase the money.
Right.
So when she got there and found the money, it'd be waiting for her.
Right. And according to 12 New York jurors, then absolutely every dollar needs to be scrutinized when you're coming about election, right, Kaylee?
Yes.
there is a drumbeat, like with Harvey Weinstein when I was at the RNC. They were demanding the DNC pay back the money that was paid to them by Harvey Weinstein in the form of donations. So that is a fair question for Fani Willis. But the audacity of this woman, the Paycheck Protection Program came into place during COVID when I was in the administration, and it was for the purpose of being given to business owners to keep your employees paid, because employees couldn't work. Businesses, we didn't want them to go under, so this PPP program was for that purpose. This woman wrote on a form that she had 4 companies and 427 employees. I looked everywhere. I want to know how many employees she actually had. She clearly didn't have 427. She wanted to go out and buy diamonds.
So she didn't use the money to pay any of her workers, right? She used the money on herself pretty much, and so she got 15. So that means she pretty much makes about $15 million a month in operation costs, which dealing with paying her employees as well as operating the business. That's a lot of money, but I don't think she was actually making that much money. And that's what the problem comes in. Fraud, right?
Well, you could steal the money without any employees, which was part of the fraud, just to be clear. By the way, that program was $1.2 trillion. Just last summer, there was a report that $200 billion possibly was spent in fraudulent claims.
I think more than that, but
there was the pastor in Minnesota. He said he had 28 employees. He didn't have any. There was a pastor, a man in Florida. He bought himself a $3 million home. Didn't even have a business.
Wow.
I mean, the fraud was massive. So it was meant in a good way, obviously. But look, at the end of the day, Sam Bankman-Fried, all that money that all that crypto stolen money that he gave to all those politicians in D.C. They're not giving that back. The other shush fund.
But Lawrence, here's the thing. The government only makes money because of our taxpayer dollars or what it seizes from us. So the good idea wasn't actually a good idea. If they would lessen regulations, that's how businesses thrive and are able to actually make an income. So her getting the free money and everything that people used to crow about and sing about, it is our money that not only goes to the government, but then goes to those fraudulent recipients. And it seems that no one in that party ever appreciates or recognizes them.
They don't understand it, and they're so hypocritical. And this happened all over the country. But what's particularly egregious about her case is part of what her claim to fame is justice, especially in the area. And ATL is the modern day Black Wall Street. She was stealing money from the community that she said that she was advocating for. $15 million that were supposed to go to employment of those Black residents, while still saying under the banner that she's saying no justice, no peace, racial justice. How can you advocate for that and steal from those same people in the area? But this is part for the course with the Democrats of today.
That's right. Ask Ms. Cullors, who was leading up the BLM organization.
Right.
Patricia.
And that was a fraud.
Yeah, that's right. And hypocrisy is not a crime yet, but fraud certainly is. Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno.
yeah, so I don't really take too much stock in justice warriors, simply because most of them are fraudulent. They're doing it for money. They don't really care about the people that they claim to care about. And you see it right here. This was a Democrat attorney advocating for Black people being great while stealing their money, right? Through fraud. Of course, those are taxpayers' dollars, the government makes money only through the private sector, right? Not through government employees, but private sector generate money and they pay the government. And the government uses those funds to fund a lot of other things. That's how it works. So she pretty much stole from the taxpayers, right? But, hey, I could be wrong, which I doubt. Once again, if you think I am wrong, go ahead and leave a comment down in the comment section. And I appreciate you guys, and you guys have a great day.